Other interesting cultural news, you have Rotten Tomatoes caught inflating ratings and manipulating them with a new report thanks to the sleuths at Vulture and a person by the name of Culture Crave on the Twitter sphere, in which they find a PR firm had been manipulating Rotten Tomatoes scores for over 5 years and paying critics directly. It's one of those things where, very similar to the Twitter files back in the day when Elon dropped that and showed us how morally vacuous and disgusting the previous owners were in terms of censoring most people in the middle and on the right. For many years, we always thought it was curious, politically speaking, movies on the left, some call them woke, some call them leftist, whatever you want to call them, movies with those types of themes, they always got really high scores. And yet, the audience scores are never great, but the critic scores are always high. Personally, I knew Rotten Tomatoes was BS when I saw they gave a higher Rotten Tomatoes score to Hannah Gadsby over Dave Chappelle. Now, Hannah Gadsby, for the people who have never heard of her, she is a famously known insufferable potato. Oh, she's allegedly a stand-up female comedian. I don't know if that's really true, though, because I've heard her and I have never laughed. It's an alleged comedian, most would say. But they lifted her up and artificially gave her a higher rating. And at the time, everyone knew, at that pivotal moment, I believe, people realized Rotten Tomatoes was full of crap. Because literally anyone will tell you, Chappelle is the GOAT. There's very little debate when it comes to that fact. The greatest of all time stand-up comedian. I mean, he literally is perfectly articulate, and he makes jokes about everyone equally. But they gave him a lower score than the human potato, Hannah Gadsby. Of course. And of course, she is a leftist, politically speaking. What's a nice way of saying, very short hair. Kind of like a potato Harry Potter if he gained a lot of weight. Similar hair. It'd be like Brian Stelter if he did stand-up. I always thought his career was a joke, but you get what I'm saying. Now, this goes on to say that, this is from Paul, the PR firm was actually caught, and that PR firm is known as Bunker 15, and they actually were paying people $50 or more for positive review. And they would, and this is from Culture Crave, he said they would often recruit obscure critics who are part of the pool tracked by Rotten Tomatoes. These payments were not typically disclosed, and Rotten Tomatoes says they prohibit reviews based on financial incentive. Now, they noted that one film, Ophelia, no idea what that is, and it started Daisy Ridley, which the only Daisy I know is a BB gun company, but apparently Daisy Riley is a person. And that score went from 46%, then after they paid critics, 62%, which is still not great, but again, went up a little bit. Now, Culture Crave goes on to say, Rotten Tomatoes has delisted a number of Bunker 5 movies from its website and sent warnings to writers to review them. And they claim that they have integrity, now we want to make sure we do the right thing, or so they say. But is this really that much of a surprise to anyone? They're paying for positive reviews to put certain movies with certain themes in certain percentages to make them look as good as possible. Just think of all the times you look at a movie and go, that's a really good movie, I liked it. Then you look at Rotten Tomatoes and it is just rated terribly. I mean, I can't help but see it time and time and time again. And this original report, in 3 days, that tweet got 14.1 million views. So thankfully, I think more and more people are coming to the realization that Rotten Tomatoes, well, they're rotten from the inside. Pun obviously intended. Did it land? Probably not, but it might, and that's worth the attempt. Now, again, we got 14.1 million views and 72.7 thousand likes. No, not the best ratio, coming in at 0.52%, but still not too shabby. And you look at the feedback of all the people in the comments, well, a lot of them, they're pretty much the same sentiment that I'm expressing right now. I guess one or two people are shocked, but the rest of them are just saying the obvious. You have someone by the name of Julio saying, quote, we can't trust Rotten Tomatoes anymore. And they actually started a hashtag, apparently, not my tomato. or tomato if you're British. And this person got 50 likes out of 11,400 views. Another one saying rotten is rotten, BS. Another one with a, I don't know what movie it is, but someone with a weird gif saying, wait, you guys trusted Rotten Tomatoes. Person got 37 likes out of 2,058 views. And just all negative. So, not too surprising to find out Rotten Tomatoes is rotten from the inside. But let me know in the comments, did you still trust them? I can't help but think it's been 10 plus years since I actually used this site in order to see if I want to see a movie. Of course, I usually don't go to the theaters. I got stuff to do, and life's too short, I would always say. I think when was the last time I saw a movie? Usually on the treadmill is the best place to do that, but I think I've been to the theater sometime, allegedly. But let me know in the comments, are you going to still trust Rotten Tomatoes with their reviews? Did you ever trust them with their opinions? Or did you just kind of see them as a novelty and just laugh when you see the discrepancies between the audience scores and the critics' scores when it came to the films? It'll be interesting to see. I mean, they're definitely not going to go out of business. They got a lot of money behind them. Allegedly, they get money from the studios as well. So I'm pretty sure they'll be around for quite some time, but I don't think they'll ever be trusted again. Well, at least if people actually look at the news and they find out about the situation. It'll be interesting to see, but time shall tell. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in today. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. I know it's ambitious, but trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of September, I think we could do it together. Don't forget to take the time to comment and like the video. I really appreciate the feedback, whether it's making my speech or trying to make my speech slow down a little bit, try to be a little bit more articulate in the videos. Thanks to you, I was able to bring that more to my attention, put it on my list of things that I'm trying to improve on, or whether it's giving me feedback, whether it comes to the UAW issue, or maybe it's political stats, or maybe just your experience in certain business segments. More data, the better. I'd love to hear your experiences, and I could bring them up next time we talk about them on the show. So don't forget to leave the comments. I greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to take the time to tell your friends, tell your families, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.